Is the No Child Left Behind Act holding back the students in America from reaching their top potential and from going above and beyond? Or is it helping the less fortunate schools to have more success? If you didn't previously know, NCLB stands for No Child Left Behind. No Child Left Behind is a law that was passed that has greatly affected the education system of grades K through 12. Both teachers and students have been affected by this law being passed. It has been put into effect to try and give every student an equal opportunity to the same education. It has had a positive impact on some and a more negative impact on others. No Child Left Behind has been designed into four main parts that will affect everyone around the world regarding education. The four main parts are stronger accountability for results, more freedom for states and communities, proven education methods, and more choices for parents. We will talk about these more later on in the presentation. No Child Left Behind is a federal law that was passed in 2001 by President George W. Bush. It has been put in place to set certain standards for schools across the U.S. so that all students will meet the same standards. No Child Left Behind became a very controversial topic because not all schools, teachers, parents, and students agree with the standards they are to follow. It makes it so primary and secondary schools are required to meet higher standards. No Child Left Behind requires all students, including special education students and students from disadvantaged backgrounds, to reach the same set of state standards set in reading and math. Back to the four main points I mentioned before. The first one is stronger accountability for results. This requires all states and districts to send out an annual report card to the community and to the parents of the students about the progress that that school has made. If a school does not make progress, then they are required to have free after-school assistance or tutoring sessions, and if this does not help the school's progress, then drastic measures will be taken regarding how the school is ran. The second main point is more freedom for states and communities. This allows the school districts to have more flexibility with the way they spend their federal education funds. They can use it to increase teachers' pay, hold training and professional development meetings for their staff, and hire new teachers. The third point is to have proven education methods. Research shows that there are certain ways to teach. They want to make sure that teachers are using the teaching methods and educational practices that have been proven to work and will increase student learning and achievement. The last point is more choices for parents. This allows parents to have the option to move their child to another school if the school they are currently attending has not met standards for at least 2 consecutive years. Parents are also entitled to change their child's school if they are a victim of a violent crime. An interview was done with 15 staff members, K through 12, and 37 middle school students. There was 3 common answers among the students. They were fairness to subgroups, student effort, and self-determination, and apprehensions about changing schools. The issues that the teachers, special educators, and administrators brought up were concerns about fairness to students with disabilities and diverse learning needs, conflicts between state and federal requirements, and negative effects on teaching, learning, and allocation of resources. A positive effect that has come from No Child Left Behind is that for the students who may be in a less fortunate school district are able to get the same education that everyone else is getting. It is also making students work harder because they are required to meet certain standards. Another positive is that it is helping the students with special needs because their education is being valued just as much as the other students, and they are expected to meet goals too. All of the challenges that have evolved from No Child Left Behind have made a positive effort to close the achievement gap. However, there are some negative points. The first being that teachers are having to follow guidelines as to what they are teaching. This is causing some of the teachers to have to dumb down their lessons and they aren't able to teach what they want to in their classes. This is also bad for the students because if the teachers are limited to what they teach, that means that the students are being limited to the information that they are learning. Also, with the students have to meet certain requirements, it is causing some students to do less work. Those that were overachieving and excelling in school are now being held accountable for less in the classroom. President Obama has set aside $3.5 billion for education. He has put a large amount of money on the table for the Democrats and the Republicans to continue working together on the changes that need to be made. Both the Democrats and the Republicans are in agreement that No Child Left Behind has seen great improvements, but there needs to be some changes. One of the changes is setting a high bar and high standards. Some states had to dumb down their standards to meet the standards required by No Child Left Behind, and that doesn't help anyone, not the students, the families, or the economy. Another change would be to give rewards where they are deserved. With No Child Left Behind, there are many ways to fail, so they want to reward where the hard work is shown, and they want to learn from it and try to keep it going. The last change would be to have states and districts reach for the high bar and the high standards that are set, but not limit them to that. They want to give schools more freedom in how they reach the top and meet those standards. There are many different points of view concerning the No Child Left Behind law that was passed. Overall, I believe that it has shown some positive impacts across the United States, but I also believe that all of the up and coming changes are for the better. It will help to single out the negative points of view until soon there will be none to fix. No Child Left Behind has very good intentions. There is room for improvement, which will hopefully happen soon.